Um, Test. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. We're good for audio. Yeah, we should be good for audio. Okay. Um, Aaron asking Kashmir, how can I be something? Man, you can be anything you want in life, except to drive in this race because you're way too late. Dakar is shot past the line. Let's see what Delta sees. Way past. We've got Cass coming to line up as well. And Cass has to make his way through a couple of cars because he took a while to start up, but he does have every right to move up back to his position there, so he assumes a second place. Meanwhile, the rest of the grid behind us is just forming up as we speak. Okay, so we've got Hero being the final car, so he'll be taking the final position on the grid, and then we can have 5 lights, and you know what happens after. Okay. Okay, as the drivers rev their engine, we have 4 lights. We have 5 lights. And they're out. Looks like Dakar didn't get the best of starts there. We've got Cass moving up, but like also down in third. We have a gaggle of cars. It looks like right now it's Professor Bloxer who's in the lead. All the way down from like third or fifth position is I believe where he qualified. We've got Kaikiera hitting the curb and almost spinning himself into the barrier. He's gonna make his way up now, on board with the perfect person at the perfect time. So he's gonna make his way all the way up from he is next to Riley, which is all the way down. Sorry, Ridley. That's all the way down in about 20 seconds. I'm gonna guess he's about 18. We're gonna wait for that timer to update. Currently, though, Professor Bloxer is your leader. We haven't said that too many times. At Cash Race Control, we have to check this. What do we have to check this? Oh, we've got to check. Okay, we'll check after the race. Okay, so Dakar passing Professor Bloxer for the lead here, but it's actually still pretty close. Now, how these guys manage their fuel is going to be really interesting. Normally, we run using a formula that makes sure that the race is the same time in general as always. This time, we had to take away about 2 laps just so that the drivers could make it on fuel comfortably. Meanwhile, Dakar crossing the line 6 tenths ahead of his nearest rival, Professor Bloxer. Very surprised about the pace from Professor Bloxer. Let's look at Kai Kiera down in the midfield, trying to make his way back up. Because right now, this is a car that can qualify for pole, but it's currently running down in 12th position. So let's see how many positions the Ferrari driver makes up. Currently behind Cool Plug Alt, that puts him in 9th place. Actually, 10th place. Now he has to make his way up against Hero here. And this is interesting because the timer needs to update. These guys are switching positions so many times. It's not very reliable, or it's not reliable to use this as a source of information during the first couple of laps since it's just so hectic. And hopefully we don't have any lag issues here and crash out. But right now, on board with Kaikiera, currently behind Hero. He is in 9th position, but I believe that's only because he overtook Cool Plug out there. And F1 fan, apparently. Don't know where he was during that battle, but, well, he's not here anymore. He has 8 seconds that he's lost to the leader already, which is obviously his teammate Dakar and the other Scuderia Ferrari. Currently coming up behind Hero. Let's go with a quick onboard and see what he sees. interesting little onboard here. We have a great battle for fourth place here, between all of the dark colored cars. We've got Delta in a dark colored car, SS2 Goku in a dark colored car, Cass in a dark colored car, Fernand in a dark colored car, Sang in a dark colored car, and then we have the Ferrari of Kai Kara behind him. Oh, we should have stayed on board with that battle. Something happened to Hero. Um, I guess we'll never know. Um, Either way, Kai Kara coming up to the battle of black and red cars or blue and red cars. You pick your poison. Ooh, I hate the fact that all of these cars look similar. This looks the same. 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 Okay, and we will be back. And we're back, and we've got a mega four-way battle here between these four cars, three teams. We've got the Audi, we've got the Spirit, and we've got the Airborne Motorsport team. Meanwhile, we also have a really hot battle cooking up between the two Alpha Tories here. Let's just hop on board with them really quickly. There is a gaggle of cars back here. What? Excuse me. Oh, and Lance Stroll flips. We always go on board with Lance Stroll at the absolute perfect time. Doesn't retire. Doesn't send his car over the barrier right there. We've got Lacopioid, I believe that is, in the background going rally crossing. We have a new driver here. His name is Bran. Okay, I haven't seen Brandon ever. So that's cool. Let's go back on board with this upper class battle here. Between the battle of the midfield or anybody who's not Dakar. SS2 Goku. Surprising, he's got the pace. He doesn't have the consistency. He topped FP2, and I believe, scratch that. He topped FP3. He was his FP3 time was faster than his qualifying time. But if he set his FP3 time in qualifying, that would have put him on pole. But it didn't, and now he's down in third place, which is actually not too bad. Actually pretty good. He's up into the podium places. His teammate, of course, being Low Mid-A from last weekend, who apparently quit. He can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. You know what they say. He took his own advice. But I actually believe Low Mid-A is a sim racer from what I've heard. So, of course, you prefer the sim race than Lego car race, you know. The good old saying, Lego cars. Anyway, let's go ahead and check that little midfield battle out. This is crazy. This midfield battle is like 12,000 cars. Currently leading it is not the Copioid. Starts from right here, the real boy. Cause yeah, you know, when you have Caribbean descent, you know what that means. You know what that means. Um, Currently in ninth position. So all of these guys that you see right here, all of these guys are all fighting for ninth and 10th right now. We've got the two Valor GTSs here in the background, separated by the Novena in the middle there. That's F1 fan, I'm assuming. F1 fan having one of the really nicer helmets that I've noticed, to be honest with you. I really do like that helmet design. It really stands out, especially with such a dark car. Dark car. You know, like the old driver for Valor GTS. Anyway, the two Valors going side by side into what I believe is the final corner. It is the final corner. And currently coming out, ooh, looks like they both come really close to hitting the barrier there. They just don't, as is the skill and precision, even in 19th and 20th. You know, you would really think this battle is for some real points, but it's for 19th and 20th. There are battles going on all over the show right now. Let's go up the field here to our upper clansmen, as all the upper clansmen here, the midfield battle, are all doing really good. You know, they're all within a couple of seconds of each other still. You've got Kai Kara on the back of these guys. He's got some work to do if he wants to catch up anywhere close to the likes of the podium. SS2 Goku, Professor Bloxer, or Dakar. Professor Bloxer kind of an underrated driver, but when he's there, he's there. He's most definitely there. He's at the top and currently running in second position, a few seconds clear of SS2 Goku in the background there. I hope the server didn't crash. I thank you for the server not crashing. Let's see what 75% of this race would be. 29 times. All right, we only need 21 laps for this race to be completed, and results recorded. So we're gonna go ahead and wait for that. Right now, I believe nobody has pit. Let's go ahead and check those pits out. Let's make sure we pay attention to those pit stop strategies, because that's going to be really important at some point. We have 0 pits from all of our leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first, folks. 0 pits from all of our leaders. Alright, let's go check this battle out. We've got Delta here leading the pack right now, closely followed by Cass in their Spirit Racing Grand Prix team, and his teammate, Fernand. His teammate, Sang, who's just been overtaken by Fernand according to the timings. Kai Kara going around the outside. I mean, maybe too much. That's into the gravel right there. You definitely don't want to be there. Let's see if these guys are anywhere close to the driver ahead, which is SS2 Goku, managing to break away from the pack here. Currently, 7 seconds between the two groups, so let's call them. I believe SS2 Goku is just running in single player up here. Professor Bloxer is the teammate of Fernand, right? These guys are both driving the Airborne Motorsport team cars. Airborne Motorsport cars. Okie dokes. Still a really interesting battle here going on between Cast and Delta. These two are pulling away from the rest of the field like crazy right now. And Fernand and Fernand, Sang, and Kai Kara all want to get involved with this battle right now. Alright, so we've got our first pit of the day from somebody who's a back marker. So we're not going to pay too much attention to that. We've got both guys here. I believe these are the Russian power cars. 1 Russian power car and 2 Russian power cars. Yes, they are. Alright, so Russian power going for an aggressive pit stop strategy here. So we're going to see where these guys... no, we won't. We're never going to pay attention to those guys ever again. Let's go on board with these guys. Once again, the closest battle on the field right now. Sang Stam, again. Sang, Cast, Delta, Kai Kara, all fighting for position here. Almost looked like Kai Kara fell back a little bit. You would think that he would blow through the field considering his previous performances, especially around Ion. As he seems to be very successful in Ion, generally speaking. As we have one of the Airborne Motorsport cars going into the pits in the background, and that is Fernand. Fernand pitting on lap 9. Interesting strategy going forward here. Alright, so we're gonna see, did Fernand just pull the trigger and force all these other drivers to also pit? Let's find out. Meanwhile, Kai Kara going into the gravel again. That cannot be good for your tires. SS2 Goku making it up into second place. Looks like Professor Bloxer made some kind of major mistake. As now SS2 Goku has 1 more hand on that podium position right there. Professor Bloxer. Interesting. Well, I guess we get to see where these guys come out, because if anybody's first to call the pit stop strategies, it's going to be these guys. And these guys don't pit, they remain to stay out. We're going to go ahead and keep on this battle right here. This is the most interesting battle and the closest battle on track right now. All right, and we have our second pitter and our third pitter, and it's Kaikera, and I believe that Kaikera spinning in the pits, and I believe that was maybe I can't believe anything. That was Delta, right? So that should be interesting to see where they come out against their little teammates here. Ooh, as we got the Spirit cars here going side by side through the majority of the corners, number 16 and number 6, Sankstam and Castronix. Let's see what these guys are up to, and if they choose to pit this lap. But meanwhile, let's go on board with this battle, because these guys are going pretty ham over here. We got Ominous, you got Hero, and we got Ridley. I thought Ridley was trash, but if he's up there with Hero, hey, I mean, you must be a pretty good driver. I don't need to ride people's means. Come on, Carter. Anyway, we're going 3 wide as we see the Copioid there in the background. Copioid. That's a name. That's a mouthful of a name. By anybody's admission. Let's see. These guys are coming up to their third sector. And coming through the second to last corner. And the last quote-unquote corner, Doogie's boys pit. One comes in, they both come in. Oh, and one hits the wall. Who was that? That was Cass who hits the wall. Cass hit the wall coming into the pits. Let's see if that plays out on him. Let's go on board with Fernand and Kaikera as they're coming across the start-finish straight too. And they come out way behind, and Cass even further behind. Okay, but what's important to note is that the leaders actually haven't pit either. So let's go ahead and show those pit stops. Ominous and Lance both pit from that battle that they were having earlier. Not sure I can pay attention to everything at once, so let's just stick with what we know. So let's show those pits. Yep, so SS2 Goku and Daker both not pitting. Professor Blocks are pitting on a lap 11 as well. Questionable. So we're going to see how these pit strategies play out. Okay, so I know Daker loves to go with these bold strategies, so we might see him pit here in lap 14 in about 2 laps time and try to go the whole way with just one stop. Honestly, wouldn't even be that surprised to see Daker do a no-stop race. That would be very interesting to see if he could pull something like that off. But I'm sure with the championship looming above his head, he wouldn't want to take any risk whatsoever. Especially not here. As we know, this is where Daker famously in season 1 DNF'd by going over the curbs. A small lapse in concentration caused him a race win, and it was actually SS2 who won that race. So, you know, if Daker wants to do that again and DNF, then it's going to be SS2 who picks up the lead and inherits the win. So let's go ahead and see. Daker does not pit, so I guess he's going with the longer strategy. As all these guys behind have completed their pit stop strategy, these guys are pretty much going for the same strategy here. Except from Professor Blockster. As Professor Blockster is going on the alternative strategy. And it says, oh no, bigger red bar. Apparently, connection is struggling here. Let's go ahead and find this little battle. So after the pit stops, it looks like these guys have broken up quite a significant amount. These guys obviously pitting after the 2 ahead, but also Cass going into the wall on the pit entry. definitely didn't do him many favors. So these guys should start to reel in the guys in front in a couple of laps now. Towards the end of the stint is where fresher tires are definitely more beneficiary than the worn tires. As we have Kai Kara here, was behind all these cars. Currently is far ahead now, making his way up the pack. Let's see what he has to say for Delta as we come into the long straight. Now we should be expecting our leaders in either this lap or the next, and it looks like it's really gonna be the next lap. Right now, SSU Goku just needs to run his race, because his only real competition is Professor Bloxer, and we're gonna see, does he come in? He does not come in. He stays out, and without a doubt, these guys will be coming into the pit this lap. We're gonna see Dakar and SS2 coming into the pits this lap. I believe the pit stop loss time is about 16 to 17 seconds. So we're gonna go ahead and see how that plays out. Because right now the gap between Professor Bloxer and SS2 Goku is looming at about 10 seconds. So if anything, Professor Bloxer should have the older tires, but at least a 5 or 6 second advantage on the Audi driver. And I was talking while on board. Oops, I hope you heard me. Regardless. Okay, so here we go. And into the pits comes Dakar as expected. And we should see SS2 Goku peel into the anytime soon as well. And we will go on board with Professor Bloxer and see where he comes out. As we have SS2 Goku rounding the last corner, Dakar should be coming out of the pits. That's what 18 seconds looks like. So we can go ahead and assume that the pit stop loss time is about 18 to 19 seconds. All right, now let's go on board with Professor Bloxer as he comes streaming past the Audi driver here. SS2 Goku just coming out of his pit box. Meanwhile, Delta is already around turn 2 here. In fact, SS2 even came out behind Kai Kara for a brief second. Not sure where these guys stand. Right. Okay. Now you have to remember that these guys, Kai Kara and the rest of these guys, all pit on a earlier lap. Kai Kara at least pitting 5 laps earlier on lap 10, so he's got 5 lap older tires than SSU Goku, and you'd think that wouldn't make much of a difference, but it makes all the difference. So we're gonna go ahead and go on board with Kai Kara here, and you're just gonna see what 5 lap older tires look like. Okay, so as you can see there, Kai Kara outbraking himself on the worn tires there going into the gravel. Really shows you what 5 lap old tires look like. Meanwhile, SS2 Goku is quite a ways behind Professor Bloxer here. It looks like the gap is 9 seconds that SS2 Goku has to make up on Professor Bloxer to be anywhere close towards the end of the lap. But remember two things. One, Professor Bloxer is committed to a two-stop now. He pitted on lap 11, so he'll have to pit again on probably lap 22. Meanwhile, SS2 Goku will be going to the end. So we can go ahead and already predict their pit stop strategies. Fernand seems to be going for a pretty bold strategy here. If my calculations are right, we should see Fernand and probably Sang as well going into the pit next lap or the lap after. I'd be very surprised to see them pit right about now. So this is a real game of strategy right now. These drivers need to be extremely consistent and extremely on the pace. The engineers cannot afford to make mistakes in their strategies, especially when they're this close. In terms of performance. What are the closest battles right now? We've got these guys battling. We've got Ominous and Dance. I actually believe I've seen this guy in F2. Not F2, F1C. Because I remember somebody had a name like that. I just wonder if that's the same guy or not. That's interesting. So we've got the Russian power car battling with the McLaren of Antilol. We haven't seen him already. Him switching, of course, from the very famous Toyota Zent racing team into the McLaren, and is currently doing better than his old team right now. So congratulations, I guess. Ridley here battling with Nikolai. Great, and glad I got that right. Go wasn't reading. So the Valor going on to the inside of the McLaren here. Interesting relationship that these two teams have with each other. Of course, one being a Mercedes. Oh, we've got a. It looked like that was Nikolai hitting the curbs, the inside curbs there. Sorry. Okay, now we have a real interesting battle right now. Looks like SS2 is pretty close still to Kai Kiera, so not making the most of those tires, but it's not now where you see those gains. It's usually later in the lap. Kai Kiera's tire is currently 7 laps old. We should start to see them really start degrading towards lap 18 or so. Kai Kiera is predicted to stop in about 2 laps, and I predicted Fernand to be stopping this lap. So let's see if he goes through with it, because that's a really good indication as to the rest of these guys. Fernand currently running 56 seconds back right now. So let's go ahead and see if he pit while we weren't paying attention. Professor Bloxer pitting as expected. Fernand, yes, he did pit. Professor Bloxer coming into the pits now. I expected him to pit a lap later, which was in fact, I expected him to pit 2 laps later. That's really early. He pit on lap 11, and now is pitting on lap 22. Well, good luck. Like to see where you go with that one. So yeah, these boys, Fernand and Professor Bloxer, are both here on the same strategy right now. As for our other runners right now, we should expect Delta in at the end of this lap. And he's battling with SS2 Goku right now. Delta being on the worn tires right now. Delta, of course, pitting on lap 10, so he was one of the first stoppers in this race. So you can see him struggling with his tires right about now. You can just see that SS2 Goku ahead of him is able to take so much more speed through the corners right there. Of course, Delta not fighting for the podium this weekend. It doesn't look like, unless something miraculous happens. but that looks very unlikely if the server doesn't crash as well, because that would also suck. Okay, great, didn't crash. Thank you so much. All right, so Delta in this lap, Delta in this lap, just as predicted. Haha, too predictable. Okay, Kaikira, also gonna be in the pit. Yeah. Let's see, who else do we need to see a pit stop from? That's Delta pitting. Um, let's see, Seng should be coming in 2 laps, so we shouldn't see him anytime soon. Delta's pit, Kaikira's pit, Fernand his pit. Right, Fernand is supposed to pit on lap 18. That's right. And we've seen Professor Bloxer pit as well. So right now we're just waiting for Cast and Slang to pit. Are 2 Spirit cars who have been out for the longest amount of time. So we should see them in about 2 laps time. So currently Sang running up in 3rd position right now. He's behind the Hyro. No, so he's behind Bran, I believe. Yes, there could only be one other yellow car. And thank you for not having another generic blue or black or red car, because I'm tired of it. We have a lot of blue, a lot of red, a lot of black, usually in one livery. Stop it. We've had enough. We had enough, okay? No more dark cars. Anyway, closest battles. We've got Delta here, still on Professor Bloxer's tail right now. So these guys are indeed together in pit stop strategy. Let's see their tire age. Let's figure that out. Delta and Professor Bloxer. Right, so it's actually Professor Bloxer who's got the fresher tires. Professor Bloxer pitting 2 laps after Delta here, so he should have the fresher tires towards the end of the stint. So keep an eye on this battle. Meanwhile, it's lap 21. This is when we should see these spirits going into the pits here. Looks like Castronics is having a horrible race. Saying his teammate on the same strategy currently 25 seconds ahead, which is never great. That's not what you want to see. 24 seconds, if anything. So we've got who is this thing, and because these guys all have the same color, Sang and Fernand, and we know Fernand pit on lap 18. But I do believe Cass still has to pit. I'm not sure how these guys are so close together, unless they pit while I wasn't watching. Let's see their pits for Sang especially. Okay, so Sang did pit. So right now we're just waiting for Cast, who does pit. No? Okay, all of these guys are pit. Amazing. Alright, so you see who's really going for the 2-stop. And excuse me, Antelo in the top 10? What? Okay, I'm surprised. Unless he has another pit stop to do, that's kind of surprising. Let's see, what number is Antelo? He is number 17. Let's check out his tires. Huh, with relatively fresh tires as well. This is for position. Antelo is fighting for position. I mean, he doesn't have any other cars around him. Let's look at this car right here. This is the only car right now that's challenging. And so let's look at this one, number 74. Okay, so the cars behind have a little bit fresher tires, so this is going to be an interesting battle. Let's see if Antelo can really hold on to this. I don't believe it for a second. This is very interesting. What's also interesting is we've got SS2 Goku and Delta actually battling for position now. All pit stop strategies have been complete, and I go ahead and take that back. I meant Delta and Professor Bloxer are battling, but I'm also not even too sure about that because it looks like these guys are quite a ways away. Professor Bloxer must have made a mistake or something because they were right on top of each other, and now they're a ways back. We've got more cars pitting here. Oh no, was that Antelo? It was not Antelo, that was his teammate. Ridley. not sure if that was a drive-through penalty or what, but it didn't really look like he stopped. SS Sugoku, 25 seconds behind the leader and 20 seconds clear to the driver, or 15 seconds clear to the driver behind him, which is actually Delta. We should see Professor Blockster start to hone in on Delta, because if we check their pit stop strategies again, you'd know that Delta pit on lap 20 and Professor pit on lap 22. So towards the end of the stint, it should be Professor Blockster who's got the fresher tires. So let's see if he's able to close that gap. It's currently 3 seconds. So that should be very interesting to stay on board with. I'm very awake right now. Castronics here. Looks like he's battling with Fernand, and he's in fact past Fernand. Fernand must have made a major mistake because he was 2.5 seconds ahead, and now he's behind. To put it any other way, he's currently behind. So let's see, what number are we running here? Number 6. These guys change their number a lot. Stop doing that. Meanwhile, we have Sangstam and the other dark cars all battling here for what in fact should be the lead. Professor Blockster was running up into third position, and now he's a ways off the leader here. He must have made a major mistake at some point. We need to give we need to give Dan a bonus or something. I don't know who Dan is. Okay. Oh, almost looked like he was sliding into that corner there. Delta with a very comfortable third position right now. I mean, don't get too comfortable because you've got Kaikera right behind you, and he's 7 seconds behind. Delta probably doesn't have anything to worry about, though, because these guys are on the same age tires. So if anything, just don't make any mistakes. Okay, let's see. Is Dan a person? Who the hell is Dan? This guy? Oh, right. Yeah. Nice. Bonus. Last place. Okay, moving up the field. We have interesting battle right here between Cast and Fernand. Can't tell if they're the same car or not. Whoa, Cast going way wide there, mowing the lawn. Rallycross coming soon. But for right now, this is Formula One, so let's keep it on the pavement. Whoa, these guys are running really close together right now. Cass really using all the downforce that car has. Same there for Fernand, which is probably one of the most annoying names to say. Come on, man, Fernand. You can't even put the D or the O. Okay, because like what I'm saying is it should be like Fernando or Fernand, because like those are names. Fernand just sounds like you died halfway through typing your name. Yes, sir. Anyway, these guys are really close together, and it's annoying that their cars and the colors are the same. Look at this. Look at this. Do you see what I have to deal with? All of these cars look the same. Look, you got red, black. I'm not sure what you'd call that. Rust. Yeah. Anyway, red, blue, black, and not even blue, bro. Dark blue, black, orange, black, and it's like, bro, come on. Choose a brighter color. Nobody can see that. Or change your freaking livery, dude. All right, look, this team. Next season, you're going back to Aston Martin. You're making me mad. The Aston Martin livery was way better than that. Also, you had an orange car, but like it's fine because we've got the McLaren now. But go back to the green car. The green car was cool, and maybe we'd pay attention to your drivers more. Meanwhile, we have a little battle brewing still between Castronics and Fernand here, except Fernand is missing, and I believe it's Cass leading. All right, looks like they made a little mistake right there, or somewhere. Let's say somewhere. Meanwhile, Kaikira currently actually battling with Sang. Sang being 2 seconds behind. Not sure where this battle came from. I believe that's is that Delta in front of him? It's not Delta, but who is that? All right, it's Ominous, Delta's teammate, in another black and red car. No, not his teammate. Just a very similar looking car. Let's go ahead and look at that. Is it the same? I can't even tell. That's that car. That's that. Is that the same car? Oh my god, I'm fucking tripping right now. Okay, it's not the same car. Heck, I hate these cars. Okay, cool. Shut the hell up. God, choose a livery that doesn't look identical to another one next time. Or let's not use black and red anymore. Cause look at the Ferrari, it's black and red. Anyway, interesting battle still brewing here. Looks like Kai Kara made a mistake. Not only did he lose a position to Sang, he's currently 3 seconds behind. So that's interesting. Kai Kara, stop making mistakes. You're letting Ferrari down. You know, it can't be grazie ragazzi when you're spinning. Spinazzi? No. Actually, that was kind of hard, right? Okay, 2 laps remain of this Grand Prix, and we've got Dakar in the lead. And let's stay on board for Dakar for another 10 minutes. I'm kidding. Chill. Nothing else is going on. Look, we got a battle down here in 13th for third, essentially. We have a few cars running close together. You know, close. I mean, close enough, right? What's what we're going to call that? Let's see. Anything interesting happening down here? Looks like any driver who is within a chance of actually making a pass on anybody has made a mistake and is no longer in contention of that. I really thought Professor Bloxer would have made it onto the podium. He seemed so sure. We seemed so sure. Okay, so in the last couple of laps here, this, in theory, should be an interesting battle. We've got Sang and we've got Delta, currently separated by 6 seconds. But Sang has the fresher tires by about 2 laps. I'm not sure that he's going to be able to make a difference with a lap age that looks like that. But otherwise, it should be pretty interesting seeing how close he can get. Meanwhile, the 2 one-stoppers, which seems to be the fastest strategy, extremely far ahead of the rest of the field. So good job to Audi and good job to Scuderia Ferrari for choosing the right strategy. Probably looks slower on paper, but when you actually do the math on it, probably is the fastest strategy in general. So we've got the 2 stoppers and we've got the 1 stoppers. I'm not sure anybody stopped 3 times during that race. That would have been ridiculous. And you know what? With being on the final lap now, let us see who is close together. These guys back here. Do you care to watch these guys? Because I don't. You guys aren't even fighting over points. Number 15, not fighting over points. The last thing you'd want in your Ion race is to not be fighting over points. As it turns out, that might be what you get. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the number 15 car, or just the fuel in general. Alright, see, these guys could have made it nice and easily. Anyway, SS2 Goku TB1015 coming across the line to start his final lap. And oh, Dakari, he does it again. I mean, at least he doesn't retire. But wow, I mean, I think he was testing that all weekend. I'm pretty sure he was testing that all weekend. He probably knows when we're paying attention. Well, that would have been interesting. Should we bruh, DSQ? We need Dakar disqualified from the session. And Dakar at this point is just having fun with it. I guarantee. He knows he has such a big lead over the rest of the field that he can just afford to do this. Unless he wasted 36 seconds just now and SS2 Goku's right up on top of him. But I'm pretty sure he knows what he's doing. Oh no, oh no. Oh. Okay. I thought he was going to crash into the wall at high speed because that actually could kill your car. Alright, and spinning coming out of the last corner. And still just winning. Alright. Dakar wins. Whoa, shock result. Captain Bo officially being outperformed by Antolol. That's embarrassing. SS2 Goku. And Delta rounds out your podium, and that is your top three, ladies and gentlemen, your podium sitters, your big hitters, big body, big spliffers. Okie dokie, because we have gates that close themselves. Okay, and Kaikira coming home in fifth. So we've got Dakir winner, SS2 Goku on the podium with second place. Delta not troubling anybody near the podium. Meanwhile, we have Sang, who is so close yet so far away from the podium. Kaikera down in fifth position for Scuderia Ferrari. In sixth place, we've got Professor Bloxer. In seventh place, we've got Fernand, teammate to Professor Bloxer. Cast in the Spirit team, and I believe we actually even have a Alpha Tori in the points. Absolutely brilliant job. And more importantly, we have Antolol on oh sorry, zoned out. We have Antolol, just that's how unbelievable it is. We have Antolol in the points. Unbelievable. And not only in the points, but also beating Captain Bo. That's just outstanding. Outstanding performance from the young, whatever nationality he wants to claim, because he seems to be every nationality. Anyway, we're going to be going ahead and setting this podium up. So, we'll be right back.